Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you the basic structure of the Microsoft Teams app, where you can find some really fundamental parts of the app. In separate videos, I'll dive into those specific parts, but let's give you the lay of the land, the really broad map, before we get into the micro details. Okay, so this is a general roadmap that shows you the structure of the city, not like, say, a detailed topographic map with a bunch of information. I'm also going to show you how to adjust your status, that is the way you look to others while you're using the app. Let me begin sharing my screen with you. And here we go. Okay, so we are now looking at a particular team, a class for spring 2019 in the Communication Arts and Sciences Department. It's CAS 1301, the Communication Perspective. So this introductory course I've logged into, and you can find the login video by requesting it from me, or probably in the same space you found this video. But you'll log on to the Student Hub or the Faculty and Staff Hub, and you'll click Email or Email Office 365, and then look for this icon on the page that opens up, which will be the app Microsoft Outlook for email. When you click this button here, it's going to pull up a number of apps. One of those is Teams. I've logged on. This then is what I see. I'll see a particular team I'm a member of or have been invited to. I'll also see the option to join or create a team down here. Select that if you're looking to join a team and someone has provided you a code and has not already enrolled you in that team, or click this if you'd like to create your own team and invite others to it. Once a team is set up, it has a very basic template structure. The desktop pane will have these things at left. These are buttons. We're going to call them that. Okay, these are buttons, and there are buttons for activity, which shows you the most recent activity within your particular teams that involve you or that are held within channels that you've favorited. There's chat. Now, chat is separate from any particular team, okay? Chat is a private chat space where you can communicate one-on-one or with a small group of people in a space outside of a team. It's for direct communication. You can also do video chatting, like Skyping, and also something like text messaging. The chat feature on the mobile app is particularly nice because it functions like cell phone texting. The Teams button will take you to a list of teams, the teams that you're already a member of or which you have created. The meetings space is a place where you can look at your own calendar and also look at your shared calendars. This is effectively your Outlook calendar embedded in the Teams app. Files will show you all of the files associated with your Microsoft OneDrive and those which have been shared with you in particular teams. If you're a student and you've been a part of a classroom, you've been made part of a classroom team, you'll find the assignments button handy. Any classroom team that you're a part of, the assignments will be shown to you. There are more options here. You'll see that you can look at shifts and planner and OneNote and stream and who and wiki. I'm going to leave it there and encourage you to explore it. I love the phrase, use it till you break it, in terms of learning software and online platforms. Planner is particularly useful. I want to encourage you to take a look at that. It's a virtual to-do list that you can share with others with real-time metrics about how particular tasks or projects are progressing. But these are those. You can use this button here if you're logged on online to get the desktop app. There's a store for more apps if you'd like to use them, and of course your help button is down there on the bottom. Now we've talked just about these buttons at left. If you'd like to enter another app, I remind you that this grid is also a button and it shows you other commonly used apps. To the right of the buttons are a list of teams and channels within those teams. So this second column from left is teams as well as channels within teams. You'll see an arrow for drop-down menus. You'll also see a place for more of them. Effectively, the more are those teams you have not favorited, and anything that shows up here are teams that you have favorited. So let's take a look at the CAS 1301, the Communication Perspective class for spring 2019. I click this button. Those three dots, anywhere you see those three dots, will bring up more tools, prompts, or things, commands that you can enact or do. So with any class, you can do different things. Now, if you are a member and not an owner of a team, well, you won't get all of these prompts for the team, but there are many things you can do here. You'll notice that I have favorited this. What that does is pin this team to the top here. These are commonly used teams for me. And of course, down here, these teams, let's say an old 1301 has not been favorited. I've unfavorited it so that I can just not have it right in front of me all of the time. So these are teams. When you open up one team, you'll see channels. Channels are basically window spaces for discussion. They're major units or spaces or groupings within a particular team. Now, CAS 1301 is a class, and so you'll see that there's a general channel. Every team that you create will automatically have a general channel. I use this as a place for public discussion and providing information. Lots of announcements here. And also, if students want to ask questions that might be relevant to the whole class, this is a great place to do it. You also see some tabs that are particularly important and unique to this channel. We'll get to tabs in just a second. I have assignments that are called conversation assignments. You might call these discussion board or discussion activity assignments. I've created channels for those, and as I add them, conversation assignment number 3, for instance, they'll go in alphabetical order here. The other major units of my class are weekly units. So there's content within each weekly channel, right? Each weekly unit. So let's take a look at some of these. The general channel, I've posted the course syllabus here, and students who log on will see, course syllabus, first posting, and you'll be able to learn more about it, and you'll be able to see attachments. Later, I'll discuss how to create comments and attach files and so forth. Under Conversation 1, I have updated this with some prompts and materials that are necessary for students to complete the assignment. So you'll see here within Conversation number 1, this, right? And this will be a place where students are able to share their discussion points, their response to this particular prompt, the file being here. Now, Conversation 1 is assigned during week 1. So during week 1, this channel, I've posted the material necessary for what you're up to. The syllabus is under the general channel. Here's the first reading. I've supplied a PDF of that first chapter. I've supplied a video lecture for this particular week. I've reminded students, what is it that you're asked to do? And here's a screen capture of the syllabus. Here's another copy of the syllabus if the students feel like they need it. And these are materials that are related to the prompt for the Conversation 1 assignment, which you can find here. I can even link between channels if I want to do so here by looking for a link to the channel, selecting that, selecting copy, and I can link to the channel here. So now there's a link to Conversation number 1, that particular channel. I've created channels for each week, so here are more pieces of information and pieces of media for that particular week. So, buttons, major kinds of tools for all of your teams, sort of across teams, things that you can access. Then we have different teams, and each team has a channel. Some of them only have a general channel, and some of them, like this particular class, CAS 1301, have many channels. Once you're inside a channel, that is, you've selected a channel, like the general channel for our class, you're going to see tabs. Okay, so the tabs are these. Most of them will have at least these 2 tabs, Conversations and Files. Conversations is a place where you can converse, you can share materials, work with others. So in each of these, you can create a post to discuss more. Again, I'll create another video about that in just a moment. Any of the files that you attach to your comments, they end up automatically here. So a really nice thing, a nice feature of Teams is that when you attach something within a channel to a comment, it ends up in the file space and you can automatically find it there. You don't have to go sifting through all of the conversation. You can simply look for, well, who submitted it? When was the file submitted? What is the name of the file that was submitted? What was the type of the file that was submitted? And of course, for each file, you have a number of prompts, a number of actions that you can undertake. For instance, opening it online to look at it, opening it in SharePoint to save it or share it with others, to move it to different places, to download the original copy, and more. The class notebook, I don't particularly use. This is effectively an embedded OneNote notebook. I have had mixed results using OneNote, but some people like it. In my classes, we will not use the class notebook as a shared space. We'll do all of our work in weekly channels. There's an assignments tab. The assignments tab and the class notebook tab are native to the general channel, whereas the conversations tab and the files tab exist on each channel created. They're automatically part of each channel. So you can look at the assignments tab. If you want to go see an assignment. Now, I haven't uploaded this yet. In a future video, I will show you how to access and look at a particular assignment. You can also create tabs. So here's a create tab button, the plus mark. You can create tabs there. And I've added a tab that links to the syllabus document I just showed you, and I've created a tab that links to a planner or a collective to-do list, a project manager for our whole class. And you can add certain apps to this tab as well. I invite you to explore that by selecting the Add tab mark to any team that you've created. So, what have we seen? We've seen this. Buttons here on the left for major actions. We've seen the list of teams here in the next to left column. And then we've seen channels within teams, which are major units of any given team, these kind of organizing principles. And then we've seen tabs within each channel. Each channel gives us a place where we can find major information associated with that channel. So buttons, teams, channels, tabs. It's a hierarchy from biggest to smallest. I've also told you I want to show you how to adjust the way you appear to others, your status. Your Office 365 profile, it kind of exists up here in the right-hand corner in most versions of this app. I encourage you to upload a profile picture to your Office 365 profile. It enables people to get a sense of who you are, to recognize your posts more immediately. It's a good idea. Now here, it says I'm presenting. This automatically shows up when you are screencasting, but you can also show that you're available. Hey, I'm on. So when you log on and you're available, a little green check mark will show up next to your face, like right there, on everything that you've posted, as well as up here. And you can also tell people, I'm here, but I'm busy. You can also say, do not disturb. I'm here, but don't talk to me. You can appear to be away, or you can say, be right back. I've just stepped away for a little bit. This is a chance for people perhaps to chat with you if they know that you are around and available. But you don't always have to show yourself as you are. You can appear to be away. There are more things here. You can look at anything that you've saved on Teams. More on that later. You can change settings for Teams, as well as download the desktop app and download the mobile app here and sign out of Office 365. So what have we learned? We've learned that buttons are the most major set of activities, and we can find other apps with that button. We have also learned that there are teams that show up for us. We can join or create teams at the bottom of this second column, and that channels are major units of a team. And then, of course, within channels, we've seen that there are tabs. These tabs include conversations and files on anything created. There are tabs for notes. Again, I don't particularly use these. And you can create other tabs that you might like. And finally, you can adjust the way you appear to others over on the right-hand side of the current version of the desktop app. I hope this has been useful introducing you to the basic features of Microsoft Teams. I will show you at last, if you want to write somebody, say me, you can click this button to go to chat, or you can search for anything you like across your teams in the app. Good luck finding it. Like I always say, play with it until you break it. You might just find what you're looking for, and it's a good way to become an expert rather than following a few simple steps like these.